Yes, there she is, folks. The quiet, well-mannered Bertha Control. Bertha runs a Planned Parenthood clinic for animals. She recently organized a group of celibate chickens called No Peck, but she eventually had to send them for treatment. She keeps one chicken in her fuse box, hoping it will lay a rechargeable egg. She farms out her baby turkeys to construction companies. When asked, how many does it take to paint a wall? Bertha says, it depends on how many you throw. A runaway horse once dragged her across the state of Wyoming. She did invent birth control for farmers' wives called E-I-E-I-O-U-D. She longs to groom the sweep over the Donald on Sadie Hawkins Day. Her best friend is Yenta, named Goldilocks. Golda fills her car's gas tank with chicken soup. It doesn't run, but it hasn't had a cold in 30 years. She feels no woman should get married until she can cook, sew, and nag a husband into a latke. Golda is the purest woman in town. At night, she glows from waist down. For fun, she likes to have men peek under her throat rope. Golda's high school friend Henrietta finally runs a punk rock mortuary. When she says, get down, she means it. Henrietta invented edible caskets for people buried prematurely. Her friend Henrietta goes to the fertility clinic and burps test tube babies. She longs to have a man stain her hope chest, but she will settle for a hookup in the fruit section and squeezing cantaloupes together. She once made Albert Einstein's hair stand out. Twice a week, she pays the paper boy to throw her on the porch. She used to be married to Eli Whitless until he caught him cleaning down the spouts of Ina Pig's-Eye. Ina is willing to raise her flag on anyone's flagpole. Ina drinks so much that the last Olympics they used her breath to light up the Olympic torch. Ina was sued by Dr. Stanley Sturrops for impersonating an inflatable woman. A nude picture of Ina is the only thing that made Muhammad Ali flinch. Dr. Sturrops has had a funny way of doing heart transplants by tying it to a doorknob and slamming it. Stanley missed the diagnosed heart problems of Juan Nightstand, but honored his request to be buried standing up since he spent so much of his life in bed. Juan's funeral was attended to by his fan club, a group of militant librarians called Shoosh Kickers. Juan's first wife, Patty Melt, recently had her face lifted. Unfortunately, the man that took it brought it right back. Patty invented a chocolate candy for people that constantly flatter their boss called butt kisses. Patty loves a good book, a beautiful sunrise, and making a bullseye bug out. Patty has been picked up so many times that she has grown handles. Patty's younger sister, 20-something, is like. As a matter of fact, she can't get through a complete sentence without saying like a dozen times between pronouns. Her smart water isn't working. She just finished her first book recently. Now she's going to read another one. The Department of Motor Vehicles refused to give her a license because on her test she got a 2 out of 10 score. And the other guys jumped out of the way. 20-something's parents rated her sister and her brother, and she always came in 5th.
What?
People are constantly telling her to turn her life around, but she thinks it's a lot of hokey pokey.
Hokey pokey.
20-something drove her boyfriend Wooden Leg to drink. She will always be indebted to her for that. They were together for 8 months, and she still thinks she gave him the best years of her life. The last straw was when Petty asked Woody if he liked children, and he answered, only if they're properly cooked.
That's right. And she used to work at the burger joint, where she said she could make a big boy in 3 seconds.
And
she can make a boy big in 1 second.
1 second.
Yay! Okay, enough of that crap.
Enough of that crap.
I got some new musical terms. I got the allegretto. When your 16 measures turns into a piece, turns into the piece that suddenly realized you set up the tempo too fast. And then there's Anglus di, and that means to play with a dividedly beefy tone. Then there's a plenta, which is accompanied by knee slapping. Then there's a polygrallo, which is a composition, composition that you regret playing. Then there's approximatorora, which is a series of notes that is intended by the composer, yet played in a I meant to do that way. And then there's approximento, which is a musical entrance that is somewhere in the vicinity of the correct pitch. Then there's Dil Piccolini. Dil Piccolini is an exceeding small woodwind instrument that plays only sour notes.
What?
Then there's Fermenta, a note held over and 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 over. Then there's fiddler crabs. That's grumpy string players. Then there's flute flies. Those are tiny insects that bother musicians on outdoor gigs. Then there's frugalhorn, which is frugalhorn is a sensible and inexpensive brass instrument. Then there's gallbladder, which is a French horn player. Then there's Gregorian champ, which is a title bestowed upon the monk who can't hold a note the longest. Then there's Placebo Domingo, which is a faux tenor. Then there's spritzaccato, which is an indication of string instruments to produce a bright, bubbly sound. Then there's tempo tantrum, which is an elementary school orchestra having. That's what an elementary school orchestra is having when it's not following the conductor. And if you know how to make a bandstand, you just take away the chairs. And besides that, the way you fix a tuba is with a tuba glue.
It's as simple as that.
It's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. And with that, we will say goodbye. Pick a card. Pick a card, any card. The two of clubs.
Oh, I don't know.